Per Eklund is debuting a rally version of the familiar Group A Toyota Supra in an attempt to match the speed and power of the latest opposition. While the battle for the lead is expected to be waged between the Rothmans Porsche team and the familiar General Motors dealer sport Opel Mantas, Jimmy McRae has a narrow lead over Russell Brooks, who is temporarily without an intercom to receive those all-important pace notes from his co-driver. Irishman Bertie Fisher's Opel Manta is already trailing the McRae-Brooks duel by a considerable margin. And early disaster for the championship leader on the very first special stage. Malcolm Wilson's Audi Quattro is in dire mechanical trouble.
When we were on the way to the first stage, Phil Short come on the radio and said that there's a lot of smoke coming out of the back of the car, and we only got sort of 2 or 3 miles into the first stage, and then the steam started to come out of the bonnet. We suspect probably a cylinder head gasket or a cracked cylinder head or something like that.
Is it finished then?
End of story.
But another star of the opening championship round, Terry Cabey in the Nissan 240 RS, is making a strong challenge for a position in the top 5. Frenchman Bernard Begoin is taking to Irish rallying like a duck to water, leading the Porsche Challenge in 3rd place, while David Llewellyn is playing himself in carefully on his first appearance with a Quattro on tarmac. Leader in Group A right from the start is Tony Pond in the Computer Vision Rover Vitesse. John Hoglan's hitherto ever reliable Skoda is to suffer a 10-minute delay with a rare electrical fault, but soon leads its class as usual. Michael Sundstrom is scheduled to make a brief second appearance in the UK this year, with the Group A Peugeot 205 being sidelined by fuel pump failure. While up at the front, the battle raging between the 2 Opel Mantas has swung away from McRae and in favour of Brooks. The Rothmans Porsches are handily placed 3rd and 5th, while Irish hopes are kept alive by Bertie Fisher's 4th place as the cars return to Belfast.
Russell speeded up a bit towards the end there, so he can go first in the road in the morning. I'm quite happy about that.
It's a bit of a disadvantage to go first, is it, on the road, is it?
Well, let him find the muck and the bad bits.
A wet Saturday morning south of the border on the Eire coastline at Malahide, and Brooks is hard at work extending his lead. Ireland's Austin McHale is now showing well in his Opel Manta and is in 7th place as the rally leaves the coast and heads into the Wicklow Mountains for the classic stages of Sally Gap and Ochhavana. Brooks leads. McRae chases hard and is quickest here on the Ochhavana stage. Bertie Fisher is now up to 3rd place. And Terry Cabey has forced the Nissan up to 4th. But he's struggling hard for gears here and is about to come to grief. He recovers from this. However, the following day, a similar but more severe accident is to put him out of the event. Both Rothmans Porsches have had problems, but Billy Coleman's electrical maladies seem solved with a change of ignition pack, and he's hurling his car about in characteristic style. Pond's apparently effortless performance is producing a commanding lead in Group A, while the Toyota team are still experimenting with the Supra suspension as the cars start the 3 special stages leading to Waterford.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Mid-right 30, mid-right 60, K-left 60. Preston mid-left. out, quick right, 400 kicks, turn square right.
As Pons' Rover charges past Coleman's Porsche, stricken with a puncture which drops him from 4th to 9th place, so Brooks has further consolidated his lead over McRae at Waterford.
So now, Russell, obviously tremendous position for you.
Yes, very, very pleased with 28 seconds up at the moment, which is still not a lot, but at least it's 6 seconds more than when we started the day. So it's gone very, very well, really. We've not pushed it very hard, and yet we've been able to put up a little bit of time.
Are you being serious about not pushing it hard? You seem to be flying where we've seen you.
Well, you know, it's a little bit of a sparring match at the moment still, I think, and sometime or other it's got to get serious.
Is it a bit of a cycling match as well, is it?
Well, I wouldn't say we're going slowly, but, you know, sometime or other the crunch is going to come if we carry on like this and no problems occur, because it's all very, very close, and both of us want to win, I'm sure.
So there's no settling or anything like that, and obviously it's...
Not yet.
And so amid torrential rainstorms, this gripping duel continues on Easter Day, through the waterlogged lanes of South East Era. Neither side giving a quarter, neither side expecting one, as McRae, peering through a misting screen, launches his grand attack. An axle change has not assisted Fisher, and time lost through punctures, plus the speed of the leaders, means that he's almost 7 minutes adrift in 3rd place. The Porsche fight-back continues, and after dropping to 10th place, Bernard Begois is now back to 7th after having lost 6 minutes with a puncture on Saturday and 2 minutes with brake problems today. He's setting a cracking pace. With a secure lead in Group A of almost 4 minutes, Pond in 6th place now is taking it easy, allowing Eklund in the Toyota Supra to get a little closer, despite the odd indiscretion. As the cars arrive back at Waterford, Brooks is surprisingly subdued.
So what's the position now, Russell?
I think we're leading Jimmy by 10 or 11 seconds, not sure of the position actually.
So you're managing to keep him at bay?
Yes, yes.
What about tomorrow now? The
Well,
long haul north?
I think probably we'll come under team orders, and General Motors cars are 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's a very favourable position for them.
I wasn't aware that there was any team order, so are they going to start from tonight then, do you think?
I think probably yes.
So you're sort of securing your first place then?
I don't know.
But you don't know if Jimmy's going to obey the orders, you mean?
I don't know what the team orders are strictly.
You look a bit apprehensive about tomorrow, Russell?
Yes.
I see. Have we better not ask any more then?
No.
All right. With the best of luck anyway.
Thank you.
All right then.
The apprehension of a circumspect but understandably disconsolate Russell Brooks is made obvious from the very first special stage of the return north on Monday. Team orders have indeed been applied, and Russell has been asked to stand aside for McRae, whose European Championship ambitions would be enhanced by a win here. A somewhat unsatisfactory finale to what had been a fantastic struggle, and hardly ideal for either man. With the leading 2 positions virtually preordained, interest switches to the battle for 3rd place as Bertie Fisher comes under threat from a charging Bernard Begois, who's begun to make inroads into Fisher's 3-minute advantage. His teammate Billy Coleman follows in 5th spot. As ever, Tony Pond's professionally driven Rover is in total command of Group A, and a puncture on Per Eklund's Toyota increases the gap between them. Sole survivor of the Audis is Llewellyn, who's under orders to finish the event and is coping with transmission trouble, while Louise Aitken's Peugeot 205 is on its way to a fine 12th overall and the ladies' prize. So it's a somewhat subdued McRae who collects the victory laurels and the champagne back in Belfast to head an Opel 1-2-3 triumph. This is the 4th time that the Scot has won the circuit, but this otherwise momentous occasion could be construed by some observers as a fortuitous one for McRae and co-driver Ian Grindrod. So despite that, you'll see that Russell Brooks leads the Open Rally